The light always shines. Okay. I see the rain has not dampened your spirits. All right. Good morning and welcome. We have Reverend Angela Harmon has returned, and we're all excited about that. We've got a song, and we've done this song a few times before, and it has some little variations: alive with the Spirit of God, joyful with the Spirit of God, etc., etc. But Angela's talk today is entitled Awake, Alert, and Aligned. So what do you think? We'll plug that into the song. Let's stand and sing. Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive with the Spirit of God. I am alive, alive with the Spirit of God. I am awake. I am awake with the Spirit of God. I am awake with the Spirit of God. How about alert? I am alert with the Spirit of God. 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 I am alert, alert with the Spirit of God. I am aligned with the Spirit of God. I am aligned with the Spirit of God. I am aligned with the Spirit of God. Come on now. I am aligned with the Spirit of God. I am aligned with the Spirit of God. I am aligned. I am aligned with the Spirit of God. I am awake, alert, and aligned. And bum, 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 bum. I am aligned with the Spirit.
Just a second. All right. Good morning.
Good morning.
Welcome to Unity Church of the Mountains, where the light always shines. Unity is a positive path for spiritual living, touching lives, inspiring transformation, and building community. Some of you may know Jane and I took a trip out west, and we were in Navajo land. I say Navajo, she says Navajo. I don't know which it is, but anyway, you choose. So for our opening prayer, I wanted to do the traditional Navajo prayer. Today I will walk out. Today everything negative will leave me, and I will be as I was before. I will have a cool breeze over my body. I will have a light body. I will be happy forever. Nothing will hinder me. I walk with beauty before me, beauty behind me, beauty below me, beauty above me, and beauty around me. My words will be beautiful. In beauty all day long may I walk. Through the returning seasons may I walk. On the trail marked with pollen may I walk. There's lots of those around here, isn't there? With dew about my feet may I walk. With beauty before me may I walk. With beauty behind me may I walk. With beauty below me may I walk. With beauty above me may I walk. With beauty all around me may I walk. In old age, wandering on a trail of beauty, lively may I walk. In old age, wandering on a trail of beauty, living again may I walk. May my words be beautiful. All right, and now for our opening affirmation, say with me, there is only one presence and one power, universe, and in my life, God, the good, omnipotent. All right, do we have any guests here today? No? All right, maybe some guests online, possibly. So let's do that now. Let's turn around and wave to the camera for anybody watching us today online. And our speaker today is Reverend Angela Harmon.
Welcome home. All right. Let's stand and sing together. Love is my decision, up to me to give of my heart. Love is my decision, and no one else can tell me to start. And once I decide to change my mind, Lord will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision, up to me to stand on that bridge. Love is my decision. No one else can make me forgive. And once I decide to change my mind, Lord will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. Love is my decision, up to me to dance down that road. Love is my decision. No one else can lighten my load. And once I decide to change my mind, God will show me how. Love is my decision right here and now. My decision right here and now. How could anyone ever tell you you were anything less than beautiful? How could anyone ever tell you you were less than? How could anyone fail to know that your love is a miracle? How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul. How deeply you're connected to my soul.
I was supposed to be here, up here, next week, so you're getting a twofer. in the next 7 days, this is what I want for Father's Day. I want to hear fathers say to their sons, do not honor me by continuing the fighting. It's time for you to break the cycle. Forgive me my fears, my greed, my anger upon our family and the world. May you lead with a new light, one of compassion, wisdom, wealth, and health, to heal our land, our families, our future, our now. And I want to hear from sons say this to their fathers. I forgive you, my father, my brother, my teacher. We can write new history beginning right now. In 7 days, we can create a tsunami of change. That is my prayer for the next 7 days.
I felt that in my soul.
With a relaxing breath, let's drop into our heart space. Feel that peaceful silence as we center and clear that space. Clear that space for expansion and compassion. Clear that space for listening. And listen again and again. Bring to mind, if you would, any concerns or people that you would like to add to this prayer gathering. You can say their names aloud or silently as you wish. May and Mark. For those in our prayer box, our friends and family and ourselves, may these words be heard and felt. I am as God created me, and I dare to be joyous just as I am. My joy is not just a denial of pain, but in defiance of it. I belong to you, O God, and only you belong in me. And so it is. And if our lovely Karen would come forth and read the daily word.
Thank you, Jeanette. And today's daily word is appreciation. So, Jeanette, I appreciate you. Thank you for those words. Angela, I appreciate you. Thank you for coming to visit us. And all of you, I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. I express appreciation for my many blessings. It has been said that what I appreciate appreciates. The more I give thanks for what I have, the more blessings I will discover. Practicing gratitude in all circumstances helps me realize how abundantly blessed I am. When I remember all the good that God is, more good is revealed to me. Taking a breath, I give thanks for life. Opening my eyes, I give thanks for the clarity of spiritual vision. Listening deeply, I give thanks for divine wisdom. With each bite of food, every sip of water, I feel grateful for my body and physical senses. There is so much to appreciate, from the small everyday things to life's most grand events. Giving thanks with my whole heart brings me joy. I practice appreciation for all that I am, all that I have, and all that I do. I'm going to say that again. I practice appreciation for all that I am, all that I have, all that I do. I will give thanks to the Lord with my whole heart. I will tell of all your wonderful deeds. Psalms 9, verse 1.
Thank you both. Did you write that Father's Prayer? Wow. Next week is our Peace Vigil, and it's also Father's Day, and I have a couple of ideas for tying those things together. I got to say that would do it. Will you share that next Sunday? Okay. Yeah, that. All right. Real brief little song, and then Reverend Angela is going to lead us into a time of meditation. Listen to your soul. Listen to your soul. Listen to your soul, and you will know. Just listen to your soul. Listen to your soul. Listen to your soul. Listen to your soul, and you will know. Just listen to your soul. Listen to your soul. Just listen to your soul.
Every time you hear the word I, take it for yourself. My, me. We're all one. So I know that I have faith in the mind of God. Not only creator of this universe, man and woman and child, but also forever maintaining its creation. I no longer interfere with the higher mind. The divine forever knows what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. It is forever doing. Being all in all, it is never conditioned, never inhibited, never limited. I, you, me are the outlets of this mind. I am always in the presence of it, always using the power of God. I cannot escape it. Try as I may, I cannot be a failure, for God would always win out in the long run. God uses me as a channel for good. My best made plan and ideas may fail, but they may succeed when they are founded in unselfish principles. Each time I work for my personal gain or disregard others, I'm interfering with that divine action, and I merely punish myself. The divine order and law will always prevail, just like peace will prevail on earth. Despite my human will, I am a change agent for God as I change myself first. I now cease to interfere with it. I listen to that divine plan in my life. I stop deciding long-range plans for the future and accept the now. I'm wise enough to let life unfold in its own way and its own purpose. I respect my world, for I see the action of God in it taking place as I respect my fellow man, and my fellow man respects me. When I respect myself, my own abilities, recognizing the divine within that seeks me out for greater, my consciousness turns to the confidence of God within. The ideas appear in perfect order and timing, letting the infinite mind know that my thinking makes way to an easy, rightful righteousness life. I can never fail or falter, for I am governed by this mind and this mind alone. Let us know that divine ideas impel us forward today and always, and we enjoy the plethora of demonstrations that life will unfold. We give thanks for this knowing, because the more we give thanks, the more there is to be grateful for. And so it is. Amen. Good morning. It's so great to be here. It is so beautiful up here. I just love it. Talk about awake, alert, and align. You can't help but do that every morning that you see the mountains. I was in Denver and working in Boulder. We have that in common. Don and I having some time in Colorado, and I'm an ocean girl. But when I got to those Rocky Mountains, America the Beautiful came to mind. Purple Mountains, majesty. I didn't know how powerful the mountains were, and I hadn't made as many trips up here at that time. I wasn't a speaker yet like I am now, but it's something about the mountains, too. They're majestic. So good morning, and I'm glad to be in the mountains with you. As we move into this season, we spoke about Father's Day, which is next Sunday. You know, that it's conveniently coinciding with summer solstice, and that kind of neat. And now you got the planting of the pole on Thursday. Juneteenth is Friday, and I didn't know a thing about Juneteenth, and I had gone to an historical black college. Didn't find out about that until 10 years ago. I'm like, well, what does that say about history? But we also are moving into America's 250th birthday, which is all kind of interesting that this is all coinciding together. So to me, all that stands for is reflecting on freedom. It's all about our freedom. Freedom once is different stages for people, and I'm going to try to stick to my notes because I can go all over the place, but I've become more of a writer since you've seen me before, so I start putting things down. And, I want to make sure I say that because I'll get off on this spiritual tangent, and I'm like, that wasn't in my paperwork. I didn't say that, but Spirit does, so I still may do that. But as adults, and spiritual seekers, I don't think we would be in a teaching like this if we weren't spiritual seekers. I think some of us grew up with religion. I know I did. And religion and spirituality are really two different things. And you can have both. I remember people that would join our center because I found the teaching like this in late 1998 is when I heard it on the radio, and then 1999 is when I had the courage to show up in the place. And my piano teacher with me, I guess she was holding my hand. It's like, I don't know what this is going to be. And she left and I stayed. So I'm still in it. So it is not for everyone. So she was free to leave and I was free to stay. But what I do know that in unity, we teach that God is somewhere inside. It's not somewhere outside of us. I was growing up where it was somewhere outside of us. It was this picture on the wall. It was way far. You had to die to get to it. And I'm like, well, what about now? What do I do in the meantime? I'm in trouble because it seems like everything I like to do now, I'm not going to make it to wherever you're talking about is next. So I remember Mandela saying this: always seems impossible until it's done. And so what I did was I knew that my freedom was not historical like some of the dates we just talked about. It's spiritual. In Unity and the Science of Mind, we affirm that there is one presence, one power, and God, the good, is everywhere present. I did not grow up hearing that. And I think if everybody echoes from their past, you probably did not grow up hearing that. Ernest Holmes, who is a part of the Science of Mind teaching, said, like a mirror, we reflect back the thinker what he thinks into it. So then I thought about, what's the truth for me? What is my unique presence in this world? And then I had to find people that could accept that. Because if you try to show up as your unique self, you are definitely awakening, you are alert, and then you start to align with you. And then you want to find people that are doing that same thing. Because if you don't, you will stay asleep. And you will go back to sleep, and then you won't wake up again till, what was that? Rumpelstiltskin? Was he the one that was asleep? We don't want to sleep that long. So awake, before we can change our lives, we must wake up to what our lives, what makes you you. Each of us has that talent. I believe that Earth, Wind, and Fire was one of my first introductions into spirituality, because there's a shining star for you to see what your life can truly be. They were, you know how many stars there are in the world? I think there are more than we could ever count. That's us. Each one of us is a shining star to be seen. Jesus actually said, those who have ears. Oh, I'm listening. And Jesus said, those who have ears, let them hear. And it was not speaking about just what we hear in the beautiful sounds of the birds I heard this morning singing, and then the rain, and those are sounds, but there's also noise in the world, right? There's a difference between sound and noise. So I awaken to that. Earth, Wind, and Fire, sound. Arguing with anyone else, including yourself, noise. Let's cut down on the noise. We have to stop identifying ourselves with any of our wounds, because we can be wounded from our childhood or even in our adulthood. We can kind of keep that going. We have to stop identifying ourselves with any mistakes that we have made. Who is mistake free? They say those without a mistake cast a stone. None of us should be casting any stones at this point. We stop identifying ourselves with others thinking of us. How many times do we think I would have evaluations as a 7 Habits facilitator. I stopped doing them at some point because I would focus on the one negative one. It could be 30 people in that class that said something fabulous. And one person said, well, she should have did this, or why does she wear bracelets, or she walks around too much. I'm focused on that one. What I did was stop looking at them. Whatever, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. I can't mold myself into what someone else wants me to be, because then who am I? Same for you. So imagination really start to kick in, which is June for unity. So imagination is seeing ourselves from a higher perspective, no matter what someone says, because we can actually grow up as children hearing, well, you're just like your dad, or you're not going to be anything, or we see them being late, we're late. We see them have fear about money, we have fear about money. It's so many things that can get planted into our psyche, and we're not aware of it. What I see with imagination, it is our beginning of transformation. Because if we have imagination, Disney is one of my heroes with that. you can do anything. And Disney didn't make it easy now. There was always some kind of tragic thing kind of happening in the beginning, including Bambi. Every transformation begins with imagination. Before we build and construct, we must have imagination. Any architects in here? You know, there's some blueprint that you have before you get started. What do they say? Measure twice, cut once. It saves you some money that way. But you can redesign and reconstruct if you like. June is imagination for unity, but Happy Academy is my ministry. And so I would always combine two of the 12 powers. So I combine strength in June for us. And we had this little fun thing that Mike sent out to us several years ago, even before I did my assignment in Alabama, and it felt like an assignment. I won't go there. But June, we had to pick a person or a familiar spirit that related to the particular power. So for imagination, my person was Robin Williams. But for June, with Juneteenth, me discovering Juneteenth along the way, Harriet Tubman became Happy Academy's strength. So we use the word strength because I see her as my kind of spiritual mother. And since I mentioned Earth, Wind, and Fire, understanding, for July I have Earth, Wind, and Fire for imagination, for one of the ones too. But for Juneteenth, when we look at special awakenings, I awoke to the fact that that existed, that people didn't know that they were free in Texas. Now, how does something like that happen except divine order? And Harriet said, I would have freed thousands of slaves if they knew. She said, I freed thousands of slaves, but I could have freed thousands more if they knew they were enslaved. So sometimes we don't even know if we're not awake to our own. So they weren't ready, is how I see that. You know, there's no mistakes in God. We think the most tragic thing that could happen, divorce, death, imprisonment, all kinds of cruelty, we have to know that it's all in divine order. Spirit declares our freedom for us. We have to know we can be free inside of ourselves even if we are in prison, because Mandela taught us that. If he was in prison for 27 years and then comes out to be the president of the place that imprisoned him, we know there's a divine journey. The journey of awakening is hearing your inner self, because Invictus was one of his poems that he used to sustain him during that time. So he knew that I am free. We all are free. You are free. You are loved. You are whole. You are enough. No matter what is going on, you're already that. So if you're already that, and then we step out in imagination and awakeness, guess what happens next? We're very alert now. Our spidey sensors are heightened at this point. We can feel it. We are attentive. We are listening to the whispers instead of all that noise that we were hearing from our past or from the present, if some of us are still in corporate America and working, or in the world working. Now, some of you get to choose how you work. You know, I think even when you retire, you're still working. Now you get to do the work you want to do instead of what man wants you to do. That's very alert. It's through opportunity. It's through that challenge of you're awake now. So I'm going to stay alert to what soothes my soul. And spirituality is not passive, is it? It's a very proactive way of living, to own your own spirituality. We notice the lessons better. We're alert to them. We don't want to repeat that again because we didn't like it the first time, or I didn't. If we do it again and again, that means we didn't get the lesson, correct? So you don't have to hit me over the head twice. I'm good. Now, if it's simple, And like tap, you might have to tell me again and tell me again. You know, I might be one of those 2x4s in the past, but I don't need a 2x4 anymore. Because what I do with Happy Academies practice, we have to pause, and the pause is in that alertness too, because let me stay alert to what feels right in my body. Do we forget to know that our body is our sensory guide as well? So if we stay alert to that and we start to feel some kind of way, we stop, we pause, and we let that feeling kind of do what it needs to do. I don't think we need to ignore it, because when we ignore it, that's back to repeating it again. Strength being Happy Academy's word of the month is often misunderstood because it's not dominating. People think your strength, you're going to bogart and make people do things, and it's my way, the highway. That, you know, that could be a form of strength, but it really is a form of dominance and not strength. Strength is quiet and peaceful and knowing. It's back to not being hard. It's a steadfastness. You don't give up when you want to give up with strength. And it takes courage to show up with strength. Think about any of the spiritual leaders that you have. I noticed that Karen has the Dalai Lama and Mother Teresa and one more, Gandhi. So each of us have those leaders that help us know that we think about their strength, the adversity that they went through, any injustices that they had to endure, how they stood for peace, and they were a force to be reckoned with without being forceful. How do you do that if it doesn't take strength? Us celebrating our 250th birthday, it doesn't sound that old though, does it? You know, that's just a few generations. When I wrote that, I'm like, it seems like a long time ago, but it's not that long ago, because the earth is billions of years old, and then there's cultures I've been to that are thousands of years old. So we're babies. We're little infants compared to the rest of the world. So we are alert to that. We know that every generation has some unfinished business that we are doing and continuing. I love that she said breaking the cycle. I think I'm a cycle breaker in my family life. You all might be cycle breakers in your family's life, because we had traditional religion growing up, and now we're very free-spirited. And I think that was before religion, because there was not always religion. So as we look at our strength and our imagination, we are aware and alert to how we recognize and align ourselves with the ultimate goal of living up to our own words, our own thoughts, and our own deeds. We can't blame anybody. I like this teaching because we can blame our mother, we can blame our father, we can blame the kids, we can blame the dog, we can blame the weather, we can blame the blame, 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 blame. And I think blame brings about shame. And when we live in shame, that means we're not aligned with our higher power, which is our spirit that's in us. Like I said, God is not out there. It is in here in each one of us. So when we align our ultimate goal, Ernest Holmes teaches us that we are not dealing with something outside ourselves, but with the activity of our own thought. Most of us don't want to take responsibility. When I was growing up, I could blame the devil. It was easy. The devil made me do it. Was what a comedian used to say. I can't remember. Flip Wilson, you remember that just came, that wasn't on the paper. See how I just go off script? But it's that the devil made me do it. And I'm like, oh, let me just kind of tag on that. And then, that's blame now. We're not in alignment with God if we're blaming. Eric Butterworth says, life is not something to be controlled. It is something to be experienced. So if we're experiencing life, we know we're not in control. What are we in control of? The weather, our kids, our spouses, We're in control of nothing but ourselves. And then we hardly can corral ourselves in at time, right? We just want to be angry about this. I just want to stew in this until the cows come home. One parts of us want peace. One likes that feeding the conflict. One part of us knows abundance, and the other part is like, there is not enough. One parts of us know that there is a connection to a higher power, and then there's another part that's holding on to the hurt. But when we align ourselves, we bring in coherence. It's like, okay, yeah, that bad thing did happen to me. But you know what? A lot of good happened to me too. Let me focus on the good stuff and see if I can attract more of that. We align ourselves with peace. If we do that, the noise goes away a bit or more. It depends on how much we give to peace over the chaos. And then we get aligned in our own power. We walk around in this peace power and we are transformed. And you know that takes practice. I talk about peace, pause, practice, and play. We have to practice being in gratitude. We have to practice being compassionate. We have to practice forgiveness. And then we're in alignment. And I have to forgive sometimes every day a particular person. Other people I can forgive right away. But if they are in our soul or in our psyche, you might have to go there quite often. And then we get to play in the world. A lot of you get to play. Work should not be work. I want everybody to kind of replace that word work with play. Because if we pause and get in our alignment, and then we practice in our strength and our imagination, we align with play. And life will seem so much more like play. Even if you're working for the man, as they say. So play is sacred. Our work should be sacred. Play is joy. Play is creativity. Play is trust. And when we trust in that, Spirit is fully expressing through each one of you. It's hard to trust, isn't it? At times. That's why we come to a teaching like this. If it's not so hard now, you've been practicing this for a little while now. So keep doing that. All those ball players, I think I'm going to use Khalil Gibran because ball players know him. But the World Cup is going on now, too. So those of you who are watching it, those boys can play. I don't know. My son grew up playing soccer, and, you know, that's a spiritual practice, if you ask me, and it's really neat to watch. But they had to practice all the time to do as well as they're doing, to have this A-game World Cup thing going on. But do you see them pausing at the beginning to get ready for this game? Then they practice before they got there, and then they play their A game. And that's work for them. You know, they're getting paid to do that. But we should live our lives that way, too. So using the power of imagination, we envision greater possibilities. When we use the power of strength, we walk faithfully towards it. We don't have to know all the answers. You know, we don't. We think we do. We can plan till the cows come home, and the universe in its splendor and jokingness will change the plan. I thought I was moving to the beach. I prefer the mountains right now, evidently, and I'll visit the beach, evidently. So as we look at our 3 things about being awake, being alert, being aligned, be awake enough to recognize the divine presence in you. Know God's in there. Whatever you want to call it. You don't even have to call it God. We call it the thing itself inside mind. I think I really gravitated to that because it always said it was everywhere present. Everywhere. So how is a person everywhere present? It's not. It's a presence. Be alert enough to notice that Spirit is guiding you. So if I think I'm supposed to go this direction and it tells me to go that direction, you think I'm going to listen to it? Have you had that opportunity where you went the opposite direction and it told you to go that way? And it's like, it told me to do that. And I did not listen. Be aligned enough to trust the guidance, to act and act upon it. If it tells us, we can do it. We know that healing is possible. We know that unity is possible. We know that growth is possible. And just remember that freedom is not only a historical event based on Father's Day coming, Juneteenth, the planting of the peace pole, all the things that happened this month. But freedom is a spiritual experience. Your free spirit is important. You are this lighthouse that is shining in the world. And the lighthouse is stationary. The ships and the storms need that lighthouse. That's you. So as we close out, one of the things I love about peace is a practice I've got going on. I do a pause for peace on Tuesdays, and I'll send it to Mike for you guys to tune if you ever want to. But I also have a 60-day challenge that has the peace pole on it. May peace prevail on earth. And what it does is over the next 60 days, and it started May 20th, that we pause and we recite the 23rd Psalm. Because we want to make sure that we know that there is a power guiding us and we shall not want. It restores our soul. Even though we walk through the shadow and the valleys of darkness and we can't see, there's no light. Oh my God. Thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. That's the light of the way. It lights our way. So Mother Teresa's recipe for peace is what I knew how to do before I knew how to do a Science of Mind prayer, because growing up we would beg and make a deal. I won't do this if you do this for me. But this is a more powerful prayer to close with. People are often unreasonable and logical and self-centered. Forgive them anyway. If you are kind, people may accuse you of selfish, ulterior motives. Be kind anyway. If you are successful, you will win some false friends and some true enemies. Succeed anyway. If you are honest and frank, people may cheat you. Be honest and frank anyway. What you spend years building, someone could destroy overnight. Build anyway. If you find serenity and happiness, others may be jealous. Be happy anyway. The good you do today, people will often forget tomorrow. They might even forget it today. Do good anyway. Give the world the best you have, and it may never be enough. Give the world the best you got anyway. You see, in the final analysis, it's between you and God. It was never between you and them anyway. And so it is.
Splendid. Okay, we gotta sing before you sit down.
Oh, I gotta sing.
You
Okay.
ready?
All right.
Shining star for
You
you
to
and
see
me,
what your life can truly be.
Shining star for you and me,
what your life can truly be.
Ow. Wonderful, 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 Angela. Thank you. If it works out, we'll get you back on the calendar in September, and we'll do you remember?
Oh, I love it.
The 21st day. All right, here we go. Thank you, Angela. That I feel alert and aligned, and I'm buzzing. Beautiful. I am awake, aware, available, and aligned to the presence and the power of God in my life. I am awake, aware, available, and aligned to the presence and the power of love in my life. There is a way, a time, a reason, and a rhyme for the presence and the power of God in my life. There is a way, a time, a reason, and a rhyme for the presence and the power of love in my life. I look to what I want to see, and I see it everywhere I look. Magnificent majesty. I choose to be. I am awake. I am aware. I am available. Say it with me. I am aligned. I am awake, aware, available, and aligned. I am awake, aware, available, and aligned to the presence and the power of God in my life. There's a way, a time, a reason, and a rhyme to the presence and the power of love in my life. Well, here's your part. In my life. In my life, in my life, I am awake now. In my life, in my life. Last time, in my life. All right, all right, all right, all right, all right. Oh, the energy in this place. Yeah. All right. This is the time in our service when we gratefully receive our tithes and offerings. If our ushers will please come forward. Turn around, hold those up and show them to the folks. To the folks. Yeah. They're wonderful. They're wonderful. And you are wonderful, and you are wonderful. All right. All right, all right, all right. Let us join together in saying our offering affirmation together. Divine love flowing through me blesses and multiplies all that I have, all that I give, all that I receive, and all that I am. And as they pass among you, of course, you can bless those baskets in any way that feels right to you. You can share and support online, unitychurchofthemountains.org/donate. You can send a check to P.O. Box 832, and that's Blairsville, Georgia, 30514. Or you can sign up for our consistent giving program. Riz, raise your hand there. Board Treasurer Mike Riz will get you connected. That's a good way to go, by the way. It's safe, it's secure, it's easy. Okay. Well, Paula said, we need something that's awake and aware and available and aligned, and I think, I'd say she called it, didn't you? Okay. We bless these gifts in the spirit in which they are given, shared, radiated out into the universe and returning to us multiplied abundantly. And we know that they do because that is the law. That is the spiritual law. Some people call it the Lord. It's the same. It is the flow of good, divine energy in the universe, in us, around us, through us, and most especially as us. Blessings all. Thank you all. And so it is. Amen. Come on. And we have a couple of updates for you. And this, Reverend Angela, thanks again. It was wonderful. Okay. All right. There you go.
Get to the update page here. All right. Today, please join us for lunch at Sicily's with Reverend Angela Harmon, if you feel so moved. Please sign up for our new emergency contact list. You can see myself or Jane. For those of you who, if something should happen, we know who to contact for you and on your behalf.
And there is a list.
Mm-hmm. Yep, there is a list. All right, you're up, Mike.
This Thursday, June 18th, is our summer solstice bonfire. I guess we'll have a bonfire. And peace pole dedication, and that's really the most important part. And the peace pole says, as we know, May peace prevail on earth. And so we'll join here at 6 p.m. out back. We will dedicate our new peace pole, which I hope will have arrived by then and be installed. Mickey, that's a strong fella back there. He's got a post hole digger, and it's gonna happen. All right, and then that Sunday, the 21st, we'll have a peace vigil here for our entire service. And we did this a few months ago, and it was just wonderful. We'll put the chairs in a circle, maybe have some candles, and the entire service will be dedicated to songs and prayers and readings about peace. You are welcome to contribute anything you would like to along those lines, okay? And the Father's Day prayer will be the most perfect thing, so thank you for that, okay? All right. Okay.
Back to me.
I keep saying all right. What's up with that? Stop it. Yeah.
The Be Kind Painting Party. Join us for our next Be Kind Painting Party as we continue creating simple signs to share kindness in our community. Saturday, June 20th from 9:30 a.m. to 12:30. Bring a snack to share and invite a friend. Sign-up sheet is in the foyer. All creations will be shared on Be Kind Sunday, July 19th, when Reverend Robin speaks.
There you go.
The Gadabouts next date is June 25th, 11:30 at Brasstown Ball. If you don't know what that is, ask, where is she? Karen Trossel. The cost, $10 to get into the park unless you have a pass, $4 to ride the shuttle up to the tower and back. Bring lunch. Elevator issue?
The elevator?
Oh, yeah, the elevator is not working. Okay. Sign-up sheet is in the foyer. RSVP to Karen Trossel, 404-216-4515. And now back to you, Mike.
June 27th at 11:30. Excuse me. Is pollen still happening? All right. I thought the season was over. Okay, June 27th at 11:30 a.m. here in the sanctuary, we will honor the life of Daniel Spivey, a friend who came to us from Positive Pathways. June 28th, that following Sunday, the next day, a twofer. Jeannie Ward will be our speaker, and most of the elements of the service will be handled by a group of 9 young adults from the next generation of Unity. They come to us from all over the southeast region, as far away as Florida, and they're going to do the opening affirmation and et cetera, et cetera. Yeah, it's a wonderful group of people. And of course, Jeannie Ward will share the message and meditation. Lunch after the service at, I'm not sure how to pronounce this, Tallarín Verde? Is that right? All right, it's a new Peruvian vegan restaurant here in Blairsville, right down the street. So we're going to go check it out, all right?
All right, Wednesday meditation is the second Wednesday of every month. The next date is June 10th at 5 p.m. Unity Mountain Time Men's Group, second Thursday. What's that? That's what it says on here. Is it July 10th? June. What's the date? Anybody got it? July 8th. Thank you. Unity Mountain Time Men's Group, second Thursday of each month at the Blairsville Restaurant. The next date is Question at Question AM. Regular time next month. Anybody want to chime in on that one?
It's on.
Every Thursday at 10 a.m., Course in Miracles. Also, we need a board secretary. Back to you.
Yeah, prayerfully consider that, please. Talk to any board member. All right. Also, please prayerfully consider being part of our legacy giving program as you consider your estate planning. There are a lot of moving parts to that, but the basis of it is you think about how you can continue to support Unity. Jeff Kramer brought us that idea. He has a lot of experience in that area, so speak to him or, again, any board member. And let's see, July 5th, Unity 101, right after the service with Reverend Robin Volker. She's volunteered to lead that this time. She's very, very good at that. So if you are interested in joining the church, or even if you just like to refresh yourself about some of the foundational ideas, please stay around for half an hour or so afterwards, and it's well worth your time. July 11th, our next hiking and adventure group adventure is Blue Ridge Tubing on Aska Road. Okay, have you ever been tubing down one of those rivers? It's incredibly fun. And so the sign-up sheet is in the foyer with all the information about the cost and the odds and ends. Now we have another art project. The card-making class that we had a couple of weeks ago was such a success that all the participants would like to do it again. Again, I'm not sure of the date. That information is still hanging out there in the universe. Do you know? Second. July 2nd. Okay.
Thursday at 1:30.
Okay. July 2nd at 1:30. Great. And basically you'll make your own greeting cards. Is that correct? All right.
Positive Pathways needs office supplies, kitchen garbage bags, and individually wrapped snacks.
We only need the individually wrapped snacks.
Okay.
We do not need the other two.
Thank you.
And we need volunteers.
And volunteers.
Oh, let me jump in there. When the next generation of Unity young adults are here, they have asked about doing a service project, and I'd like to get them connected with Positive Pathways on that Thursday. Okay, I sent an email to Janet McIntyre about that yesterday. So how cool is that? All right.
Ecumenical Food Bank, check the printed list in the hall. And this is a little bit something different I'm going to do for an update today. Protestant pastor friend of mine sent me a message this morning about what his sermon is going to be about. And I've never heard this before, and I thought it was just awesome. The gospel was meant to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable. That's what his sermon is going to be about. Now, be forewarned, I'm probably going to get emotional when I tell you this. Because for the first 28 years of my life, I've experienced and can relate to the anger, fear, stress, pain, and hopelessness two of our friends are experiencing right now. Some of you are aware we have a couple people who are a part of our Unity family that are really hurting right now, emotionally, mentally, physically, and financially. I've spent enough time with both of them, and I'm aware of all the details in each case. One is homeless, and the other one will be forced to move shortly. I ask that you please prayerfully consider by opening up your heart space in helping these two individuals. This is an opportunity to move our feet and put our unity principles we profess every Sunday into action. I don't know of a better time to live our unity beliefs and help two of our own who are in desperate need. Knowing what their needs are, the goal is to try to raise $1,500 to $2,000 for each person. A few members of our church have already made charitable contributions from their heart directly, but it is short of what is needed. If you want to allocate all or a part of your regular tithe contribution to Pennies from Heaven, or make a separate additional contribution between now and the end of the month, the need is fairly urgent. If you decide to allocate all or a part of your regular contribution to Pennies from Heaven, you can text, call, or email me and let me know the amount, and at the end of the month, I can have Jude make the appropriate adjustments in our QuickBooks. If you don't know how to get a hold of me, I'll leave my information in the foyer. At the end of the month, we will divide these contributions, which is over and above the current balance, equally between these two people. If we're not able to raise enough by the end of the month, please prayerfully consider to continue giving to Pennies from Heaven. Once the goal for these two are reached, contributions will just go into the Pennies from Heaven Fund to support others in need in the future. Thank you. All right, a couple more things. Sign up for our newsletter at unitychurchofthemountains.org, and on social media, please like, comment, subscribe, and share.
Thank you, Mike. Thank you for your hearts. Thank you for your strength.
Can you give me that title again? The gospel?
The gospel was meant to comfort the afflicted and afflict the comfortable. All right. Now for our healing prayer together. May my mind know that it cannot be limited. May my heart know that it cannot be separate. May I know only wholeness of being and claim nothing less than the fullness of life. for the things we profess here at Unity, and for our values, beliefs, and principles. Let's take a moment to examine our hearts to see if we are actually living congruently. And so it is. Amen.
Let us stand and sing, radiate peace out into the earth. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be, with God as creator, family are we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment, live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me. The light of God surrounds us, the love of God enfolds us, the power of God protects us, and the presence of God watches over us. Wherever we are, God is, and all is well. Blessings all. What a beautiful community.